Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. In today's video we will be discussing the latest news going on in Ukraine, so let's get into it. First, let's talk about the thing that most likely every single mapper is talking about, Avdiivka. The Russians have launched a massive attack, an offensive around Avdiivka, turning this into a gray zone, capturing these places over here. As you can see, the Russians have caught the Ukrainians basically with their pants down and have advanced up here and here. The Russians have taken some losses because of this. There are videos that you are seeing right now of many destroyed Russian armored fighting vehicles, Russian tanks, and Russian personnel. However, they have, for the amount of losses they've taken and received, they have been able to take a good amount of ground. So yesterday, the Russians, or the day before that, I believe it was yesterday, the Russians managed to establish this place, which is a very strategic place in the capturing of Avdiivka, under their complete control. Today, however, according to Russian military bloggers, the Ukrainians have launched a counterattack and forced the Russians off. This does not mean this is under the Ukrainian control now. It simply means that it is now in the gray zone and the Russians are back here. They're most likely later on today going to launch a counterattack, and they could push the Ukrainians back, or we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens during this battle for Avdiivka. Some reports say that Ukraine has said that Avdiivka is more fortified than Kiev. So if the Russians were to take this would show severe problems with the Ukrainian fortifications. Many people are comparing this to the Ukrainian counteroffensive. I want to go that far because Ukraine did lose a lot of more vehicles than the Russians did. However, like I said, the Russian offensive, if it does not take a lot of ground and loses a lot of vehicles, this war could be lasting for a long time. The Ukrainians have completely stopped all operations around Robotyne area, Verbove, and there are now reports from both Ukrainians and Russians that 100% of Robotyne is no longer under Ukrainian control. It is not under Russian control either, but it is in the gray zone, so I believe this map will update as soon as the map's designer finds that out. Moving on around the front lines, there have been Russian attacks and bombs on the Ukrainian side of the Dnieper River. There were some reports of Ukraine doing an amphibious assault on the Russian side of Kherson this October. It is October 13th right now, and we have seen no signs of it except for the Ukrainians advancing up here. This could be like a staging ground, but besides that, we've seen no signs of a Ukrainian mass attack during this October. I'm not saying it won't happen, but I am saying that it may not happen, and it may have just been the Russians saying that and the Ukrainians building up forces and kind of pushing that narrative, so the Russians would keep a significant amount of forces here. In Kupiansk, it seems like the reports that were flooding in previously have gotten a bit quiet, and there have not been any photo or video confirmation as of yet to show us that Sinkivka is under Russian control or that the Ukrainians have abandoned it. Over here, we saw that the Russians did take this land, however, at a very high price. You're seeing the footage right now, and that is a Russian graveyard of the Russian destroyed armored fighting vehicles, destroyed tanks. The Ukrainians reported that 20 were destroyed. However, on the video, I only counted 13 because some of the scenes were replays of the same exact vehicles. So, but you all seeing it right now, Russian graveyard of tanks and armored fighting vehicles. And they, according to Russian military bloggers and independent military bloggers that really don't have a side in this war, the Russians did not manage to break the Ukrainian defenses, the Ukrainian lines of defense in that area. So that's basically it for today's update. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, join the Fact Army, comment your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. YouTube, I do not condone violence or war. I am simply reporting on what's going on in this conflict. I also do not support killing of any kind. Thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day.